AITA for getting into a dispute with the daycare staff over my child's nap schedule? Background info. I'm a working parent who values the importance of a consistent sleep schedule for my child. I've always been specific with the daycare staff about my child's nap schedule and needs, and it's important for her health and happiness to have a consistent routine. My child, let's call her Emma, has been attending the same daycare for a few months now. I noticed that her nap schedule was being disrupted and I couldn't figure out why. I suspected the daycare staff were not following my instructions properly. I decided to set up a meeting with the daycare director to discuss my concerns. During the meeting, I found out that the staff were not adhering to Emma's nap schedule and were instead trying to make all the children nap at the same time, regardless of their individual needs. I was furious and expressed my disappointment in the staff's lack of attention to my child's needs. Now, the daycare staff are mad at me and the director thinks I am overreacting. I feel that my child's well-being and development are being compromised and I am not being heard. Now the daycare staff are expecting an apology. Did I go too far here? LMAO. I can't believe this is real. Why in the world would you think a daycare would do that? Wait till you find out that they make everyone eat lunch at the same time in school too. YTA. YTA. Do you really expect them to follow every child's sleeping schedule? And yes, you should apologize. YTA. If you have a very strict nap schedule, then hire a private nanny who will follow it. The daycare staff and all the children they watch are already used to a set schedule. You can't come in and expect everyone to change things around and adapt to a schedule you came up with for your child. Former childcare worker. Toddler rooms cannot have multiple nap times. Your expectations are not reasonable. If you want a specific schedule, you need to have a private nanny. YTA. YTA. Your child is going to be on the same schedule as everyone else at the daycare. If you want a nanny who will adhere to your wants, shell out the cash for a nanny and pay them a proper wage. Otherwise, apologize and deal with it. Your child's future isn't going to be ruined because of a different nap schedule. As long as they get the proper amount of sleep, they'll be fine. YTA. And yes, you went too far. If you want someone to stick to your specific schedule, hire a nanny. The daycare cannot be expected to adhere to every different sleep schedule for one individual child. My daycare director would be like, well, find another daycare then, good luck. YTA. If your expectations are that rigid, then hire a nanny or stay home. No daycare service is providing individual nap times set to the parent's schedule for multiple children. It's kinda nuts that you ever thought that would happen. YTA. YTA. The daycare has multiple kids to watch over. You think they can adhere to every parent's sleep schedule? You build their nap schedule into your schedule. If you can't or won't do this, then get a personal nanny or childcare worker. YTA. If the sleep schedule is that important to you, hire a nanny. How old is the child? Edit. YTA. She's 18 months, old enough to follow the class schedule. I invite you to work at a daycare for a week and then let us know if you still think it's a realistic proposition for every child to get to nap on their own individualized schedule. YTA. YTA. They got other kids to nap who will be on different sleep times to your kids. You cannot expect them to follow every kid's nap times. Going to throw in a large helping of entitled parents. YTA. The daycare has their own schedule, which you have no right to dictate. They can't put just one child down. What you're wanting is a personal nanny. YTA. How do you think this is actually going to work? Your kid is going to sleep soundly while other kids play? Kids are noisy, interested in whatever the other kids are doing, and way more flexible than you give them credit for. Like daycare workers don't have a hard enough job. YTA. The daycare will have its own schedule for naps and you will need to work around this. The teachers have lots of kids to look after and they're unable to tailor every child's day to suit. However, they assess the child's needs at the time. My youngest used to have a huge afternoon sleep, then was up to all hours at night, so they used to let her have a short rest with the others, then got her up before she fell properly asleep. Talking with the childcare experts and asking their advice is a much better tack to take here. If you are having issues, then have a look at other childcare centers who may be able to accommodate your needs, or employ a nanny. YTA. Surely you were given information about the nap schedule when you enrolled. Most daycares do not cater to each child's personal nap routine. They do one nap time for all and families have to just accept and adjust to that if they want to stay with that facility. YTA. I'm about to die laughing. Over the years, I've worked at a variety of schools and daycares and parents kill me. You are reminding me of a parent whose son had celiacs and was lactose intolerant and therefore needed a specific meal plan. No problem. We were more than happy to provide him with gluten-free food and oat milk, as well as take the Play-Doh out of the room since Play-Doh has a wheat base and had caused a reaction in the past. No Play-Doh in a prep classroom is sad. But we did it to keep that kid safe. Seriously. Look up the ingredients. Well, the food provided by the program was not good enough for this parent. So you know what she wanted the teachers to do? The same minimum wage teachers whose kids qualified for the low-income prep their parents worked at. She wanted us, the teachers, to buy the food he liked instead. For the record, we fed them breakfast, lunch and a snack every day, 5 days a week. And she wanted the teachers to provide that food out of our own pockets. Thankfully, our center supervisor laughed in her face. I hope the center director laughed in your face too. Do you really expect them to adhere to your schedule instead of the other way around? Depending on the size, they could have 15 or more kids. No way are they going to follow 15 schedules. They have one schedule that includes meals, lessons, breaks and naps. And all the kids will follow that schedule, including your kid. YTA. The reality of communal childcare prevents them from an individual sleep schedules for everyone. Seriously, how would they ever balance that with diaper changes, feeding, playtime and outdoor play while also keeping proper supervision levels? Your expectations are unrealistic. When my child was in daycare, I adjust weekend meal and nap times to the daycare schedule. This made it easier for my child to adjust. YTA. How is your child meant to take a nap when other students are awake? The daycare has a schedule that they adhere to. If you want an individualized sleep schedule, hire a nanny or get a babysitter.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.